Great defense. I get you that assist. You see, he took your assist. Uh, right. Oh, I tried to get it to you. He hit it. Oh, good block. Oh, my bad. Oh, good beat. Oh, you put him in the poster. It was disgusting. Mm. Oh, I blew it. All them things popped up on my head. What the fuck? Good pass, yo. Oh, good pass. All them fucking jars popped over my head. Oh, oh man. Oh, good rebound. Oh, why you hezzy? Good shot. shot. Pass, boy. I tried him. I tried to dunk on his hold. Bitch.
It is what it is. This episode is presented by Underdog. If you're new to Underdog, today's the day. Get $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play just $5 with code It Is What It Is. You can make your picks right now in most states, including Georgia, Texas, and California, just to name a few. So make sure y'all support the show. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. We're on the road to a million. We're almost there. Stop and lock in your bonus and start playing today with code It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host Mace and Cam, and today we are joined with our analyst Michael Irvin.
Yeah, what a day, what a time to be alive. Can y'all hear me? I'm dead in the land of the living. Or dead on this
Now, Mason is the only one. And we play tonight. We play tonight. I read Mason all day with him on saying, oh, I got these shoulders today.
And I see you, Mike. You got on. Is that the Cameron thing, Cam? That's not the Cameron thing.
Yeah. This is y'all pink y'all on the helmet, everything right there. Pink y'all, you guys wear. It's the my last day here that I went with you guys in October. So I had to pull out the full pink. This is the last October. Next time I see you, it'll be November.
Yeah, definitely. Let's not forget about breast cancer awareness month. So definitely try that time. And Mike, I see you've been definitely representing that, and I'm glad that you don't let us forget about that. And definitely big shout out to also Arabia for some nice bottles. So I want y'all to know that it is what it is. Thank you, Mike, for making sure that we stay on top of that as well up here at the show.
Yeah, we love Arabia. We really do. She's so funny, man. I mean, hey, listen, that last show we were all do. I can tell you how many people came and told me, did she bring up your home?
Yo, Arabia, I went back and watched that shit. Arabia got a lot of bars. She said, yo, the girl was looking at the bar. And she said it's actually live on the show. I said, yo, you got a lot of bars. Because the glasses, the two got to be thick.
Yeah, because the gorilla run up to the glass and go, boom.
Yeah, she got bars, man.
Wait. Say. When that shot back on Stat, what you do with your hair?
She just switched it up. Gotta switch it up sometimes. So yeah.
I thought Stat was Beyonce at the show the other day. I saw somebody over there had the whole glitter outfit on.
Yeah, Mason not recognizing. He's like, who's that? Yeah, just a little switch up. We had a show, over the weekend. Great live show.
About your hair this season,
Yes, and can I just shout out my stylist, Miss Ashley, because she does her thing. I have to give her that shout out because switching it up. You like it. If you don't, it's cool. I want to be a little bit of a trendsetter, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit. So yes, we gotta change it up.
Is it a wig or is it a lace?
Always gonna ask me the details. We can talk about the details later. Right, that's like asking a woman her age. You can ask me my age, but yeah.
Well, let's get to the dead people.
Yeah.
Please, can we get to the dead people?
Yeah, Mason, sir, you're so excited. So excited. Don't jinx yourself, but we are going to start with the Steelers because Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers lost to Aaron Rodgers' former team, the Packers, 35-25. So the Packers are actually first in the NFC North. Mike, how do you feel about their season so far in this game, and how do you feel about the Steelers' loss?
I thought the Packers kind of got a breakthrough tonight, with Jordan Love and the way he played going up against Aaron Rodgers. I looked at that as Mr. Miyagi and Danielson, since Aaron Rodgers taught Jordan Love everything. And you can see in that game all the things that Aaron Rodgers used to do when he was with Green Bay, when he was a little younger, like Jordan Love did to him today. You know what I'm saying? So it was like Jordan Love just really stepping out. He had 360 yards. I mean, that's his best game that he's had this season so far. And they jumped out. If Christian Watson gets back, now these guys are getting healthy. If he can play like this the rest of the season, talking about Jordan Love, then yeah, Green Bay can be in the thick of things when it's all said and done. Because he played well today. He outplayed Aaron Rodgers, and I'm sure that was one of his goals, or probably his most important goal, getting the win and making sure he outplayed Aaron Rodgers.
Mike, I would love to agree with you, but I can't. You're talking about they jumped out. They were only up 7-3 in the first quarter. The second quarter, Pittsburgh scored 13 points. But I got to stick with what I know, and what I know is this. We're looking at championship points. I want want to see what Killer got to say about this. Can y'all make sure the camera's on Killer for this? Because I see championship points. And I also see that, Aaron Rodgers did not make it to 225. This is 360 on the other side. But I think when it's all said and done, this team, they just didn't do enough to win, and I'm so glad that this was the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would not have wanted it to be anybody else. When I look at the way that in the fourth quarter they let homeboy get them 2 touchdowns, it's just you can't win letting people go for 50 yards and 70 yards. You just can't win this way, Stat. You can't win this way. Can you put the camera back on Stat? You just can't win this way, Stat. And if you need to come back to summer school at Fightertown, because we got to teach you how to keep winning. It's one thing to win. You got to keep winning. You're with guys who keep winning. This is
Mitch like them. You got to get Tucker Craft. It was tight ends day, and Tucker Craft went off. You're right. You know what I mean? He was killing them, running free and running wild. The only person I saw run freer is everybody against the Dallas Cowboys, but Tucker Craft was wide open. We'll get to all that. I'm just getting in my
opinion. That was wild, Mike. He was wide open. It's tight ends day. Mike, they were killing you in the chest. I get to kill all my enemies today. One down for us, 2 more to go.
He said, they say selling all family business today like the mafia. He's selling all family business.
Oh, Stat.
Lovely sport.
And just think about it. With Aaron Rodgers playing the Packers, I think the Packers went in the locker room after fourth, not even in the locker room, but after third quarter, and just say, you know what, we're not letting this nigga beat us. I think that was a conversation for them to come back out and get the points they got in the fourth quarter. It had to be a conversation. That's what I really believe.
Okay, so to make the point, yeah, it's just, I love this for all of us because, of course, all of our teams wanted to perform the way that they did. So, first and foremost, should have known we weren't going to win that game when they came out in the ugly behind uniforms. I know that they were throwback uniforms. I don't know what that was. I don't like how they looked, but to each their own. I feel like the thing about being a Steelers fan, especially in this game, it had a lot of upside, We're feeling like we're going to win. Aaron's just making great passes. We're getting good touchdowns. We're getting our points up. And then I don't know what happens in the second half. For all the teams that we've lost to, all the points mainly get accumulated in that fourth quarter. These teams end up making at least 14 points, which just shouldn't happen. It's like our defense starts to give up as the game progresses, which is really frustrating because it's like, we always talk about defense wins championships. You want to see that. Like, Steelers were known for having a stronger defense, and it's just been dwindling down, especially in these games that I feel like we have good chances and strong starts of winning. So we basically need to pick that up and get better at finishing strong, because at that point we're just letting the opposing team just score more points on us. So it's frustrating to see. I mean, I still have hope. I still think, I'm not going to say like I'm on the Rodgers train, but like I'm supporting him. He's a quarterback. That's what I can do. But there's just a lot of holes that need to be fixed. I'm just being honest. You got to be honest.
Do you see the similarities in years prior? One game instead is also looking for a way out. How convenient, Stat. When you guys was up 19-15, I'm quite sure you thought, we got this.
Of course.
And it just all went left.
Of course, because at that point you see the potential. You're seeing that, okay, this is a game that we can win. But it always happens specifically in that fourth quarter. And I don't know what that problem is, but they want me to fix it, because we can't keep. They always say like, go ahead, Miss.
For championship pedigree. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't do this. This is what I've been trying to tell you, Stat. If you look good, you play good.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about it's the outfits. It wasn't the outfits in the first 3 quarters. Stat, how convenient. You could find a way out. You gotta stop hanging out with Mike Irvin and them. Because the switch up is crazy.
There's no switch up. I'm gonna still stick beside him, but it literally is what it is. And we just gotta play better our next game. That's all we can do. Literally, it is what it is. Cam.
I was going to agree definitely what Stat said. It's the fourth quarter. You're winning the 3 quarters, and then you sit there and let them get a 21-6 fourth quarter win, you guys. I think it's more the fact for like Aaron Rodgers, you always want to beat your old team. I was sitting there when I'm watching this game, I'm thinking about how much, even Brett Favre, when Aaron Rodgers, the same situation happened with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wanted to go in the division so he could play niggas twice a year. Like, that's how bad Aaron Rodgers was. And Aaron Rodgers, he put up crazy numbers. I remember, I was a big Brett Favre fan, not necessarily a Green Bay Packer fan. I remember he came back and threw for 4 touchdowns his first time playing against Green Bay. Matter of fact, both games, I think he had over 500 yards total in both games. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, little nigga, remember me? You thought this was your slide. I taught you what you know. And I think that's the attitude that Aaron Rodgers wanted to have towards Jordan Love. And it just didn't go in his favor. But what I did see stick out from this game, more than just the Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love battle, is when I'm looking at Tucker's Craft numbers. And I'm like, yo, this is a great work receiving for Jordan Love. 143 yards, 10 receptions. And Green Bay is looking really, really good. That's going to boil down to me right now, and I know we talked about it, Mike. Teams that standing out. How's no complete team so far going forward? When we start winding down and get to the halfway point of this season, we got to start keeping an eye on Denver. Denver's looking really, really good. And I didn't want to say Denver because, I don't like the way your man, even though I know that's your man, Mike, your man Sean Payton, still got a little bit of attitude. How he kicked Russell Wilson out last year. I got a little bit of attitude about that with him. And the motherfucking Colts, man, these are 2 teams that we would not, none of us, at least not on this panel, would expect it at the beginning of this season to be like, these are the 2 dominant teams so far in the NFL. But as far as this game's concerned, Jordan Love, like you said, Mike got the best of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers isn't happy about it. But Green Bay, LaFleur, you guys are looking good. Y'all got a chance. NFC towards the end of this year is going to look really interesting when you think about Green Bay, when you think about Tampa Bay, think about the Detroit Lions. Brock Purdy is still injured. We'll see what happens when he comes back. The 49ers been looking not that great when he's not there. NFC is really, really interesting this year. I know we're going to talk about it later, but we see with Philadelphia bounce back and like today, very dominant against the Giants. This is really, really interesting. Sorry, Nick. I know. I see you on my peripheral faces and shit. So it's going to look really, really interesting when it comes down to how the NFC shapes up towards the end of the season.
Yeah. So we see. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Let me say this, because I too held on and held something against Sean Payton, who I consider to be a very good friend of mine. Sean used to be here in Dallas, and I got a chance to spend a lot of time with him. I'm very fond of him. But the results in which he has now, I say, gives me the peace about how he handled things then. I wish he would have handled them better and treated Russell Wilson, the black quarterback, with better gloves and handled him a little more professionally. But I understand the pressure that is put on head coaches in the National Football League. And then he goes and gets this young quarterback and is doing things and got his team right there in the hunt and in first place. I gotta say, I'm cool with it.
Now, see, the thing is this, Mike.
The ends justify the means.
What I'm saying is this, Mike. You're right as far as productivity is concerned. When you're sitting there saying, okay, he didn't want Russell Wilson, He said, this was your guy. Y'all want me here. Let me get my guy, which Bo Nix is his guy. But what I'm saying is this. Cut the personal shit out, bro. You already got your fucking quarterback with Bo Nix. Why would you, after you beat the Giants the other week, make that comment after the game? Why would you say, I see you found something with Jackson Dart. I wish I would have figured that out after you played me. What the fuck is your personal problem with Russell Wilson? You got him out of here. You got the quarterback that you wanted, but you still throwing shots at Russell Wilson. What is that about? That's what I'm saying. So what you're saying is right as far as football is concerned, but this personal shit he got with Russell Wilson is bothering me. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And it could bother you, and I understand, because what Russell took, like you said, let it go. He's gone.
Right.
You got who you want, and you're winning with them. Let it go. But Russell took something from Sean Payton. Sean Payton was known like Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota as the quarterback whisperer. He took Drew Brees. Remember, Drew Brees was short arm wasn't strong enough. Then he took Taysom Hill and made him a quarterback. He was the quarterback whisperer. He's supposed to make any quarterback good. And Russell Wilson was. He was like, man, Russell was damaging this man's reputation. That's why he got him out of there.
Everything you're saying is correct. But what's the personal shit about?
The next coach backed him up. You saw how he went. The Bulls don't want to see Russell on the field so bad. He ran in the knockout tent. The quarterback was knocked out. He's in concussion protocol. He gets tired for running in there talking about, please, I don't care even with a concussion. I want him on the field over Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Mike, come on, man. Mike, because you know his job's on the line. That's why. You know the Bulls' job is on the line. So he's like, get that nigga out, because if shit don't go right, I'm getting fired. But he still might get fired anyway, if they don't get this shit together. We see that Scatterboo shot of this shit. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that later. Yeah. It don't look good. So he ran over there like, nigga, my child's on jeopardy. Yo, that nigga, he gonna be good? Get that nigga back out of here. Everything football related, you are correct. I'm not disagreeing with you. Anything football related. I ain't talking about Sean Payton's comments after they beat the Giants the other day. It was uncalled for.
Okay, Team Sarah. Okay, so let's talk about the Jets. So they won their first game of the season versus the Bengals, 39-38. We're literally going through the list of everybody's teams right now, as y'all see. But it's been a long time coming for the Jets. Mike, what do you think of the Jets' first win of the season?
I was so happy for Aaron Glenn and getting that victory in the way in which they got that victory also. This was a comeback. So yeah, you guys were down, and they were at the bottom. I mean, literally at the bottom. And I'm talking about quarterback Justin Fields. They had benched him, and they thought, Taylor couldn't go. So they were like, damn, I got to put him back out here again. So that was probably close to his last chance. And we'll be talking about a lot of quarterbacks that probably had their last chance. That was, and he got a chance to get in. And it's so funny, he was playing like today. He played today like he was saying, all right, I don't have anything to lose. They already benched me, and I think I'm on my way out. I heard him talk after the game, and he was saying, this has been very hard on him. He was in his closet crying and trying to come up with something and figure it out. And he was real happy that it came out and turned out the way it did. Like he made a great comeback for that victory, which could solidify him back in that starting role with the way he played and came back and win that game today. So I was happy to see Aaron Glenn get his first win, and I was actually happy for Justin Fields. And Ken, we talked about some of the things. You talked about some of the things that he has said sometimes in the past that came back up and was going to get in his way. I thought he handled his press conference much more mature, with much more maturity today, so you can see the growth in him. Speaking of that, guys, also, when I watched Baker, I saw an interview with Baker Mayfield. He handled it much more mature, like we were talking about. So, you've seen some of these young quarterbacks when they came in and they had some problems. starting to kind of figure it out and learn how to handle the position they are in. Certainly, Baker's has learned that. And I thought today was a big step for Justin Fields.
Thanks.
I just think when it comes to this team, you don't know what to expect. This is Cam's team. This is Ohio. I didn't expect them to win, but I am happy that Joe Flacco is kind of playing good.
You didn't expect who to win? Cincinnati or the Jets?
I didn't expect either one of them to win. It should have been a draw. Both put in my heart. Mike, can you say that on a sports show? I mean, I wasn't expecting either one of them to win. This might have been the first time it was a draw between these two. But, you know, with Flacco playing and with the Jets, I'm happy for Justin Fields that he eventually gets the win because everybody was kicking his back and paws. And I really want to see him as a Georgia kid turn this thing around and have a successful career because I think he deserves it, especially with how Staten got him out of the, Pittsburgh. He definitely deserves another chance. So shout out to Justin Fields. That's what I would say.
I'm disgusted. I'm highly disgusted. I'm highly disgusted. I really want to. I'm told Maurice comes on the show in 2 days, Wednesday. Maurice Torres, I'm referring to, for those that don't know, he also has a show on our network that comes on a couple days a week. But Maurice, I can't wait for him to come on the show on Wednesday because the first thing I'm going to do is ask him, what is Ohio State defense doing on Sundays? Because we could just play with Ohio State defense and they'll be much better than the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I hate to say that Arabia's right. Arabia was fucking right about this too. She said, Cam, it doesn't matter. They'll put up 30, 35 points. Yeah. And then they'll slip, please, I don't need ad-libs. Thank you. You had to go. Just like they mostly, please. I didn't ad-lib when you win this. Just let me go on podcast. I don't need ad-libs. I get it, brother. You used to ad-libs in the back. I don't know if to do ad-libs. I don't do this. I'm mad at everybody. Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. Listen, I don't need your ad-libs. Arabia was right. But all jokes aside, fucking Arabia was right. You get 30, you get 35 points. What good is it if you're going to let the other team score 40, 45 points? Joe Flacco had a great game, 223 yards. I know we didn't get the Mace number, but we had the championship numbers. We didn't get there, and we still lose the fucking game. But we got Jamar Chase, 91 yards, T. Higgins, 44-yard reception for a touchdown. Listen, everybody on offense did what they were supposed to do. Who the fuck lets the Jets march up the field back to back? Not just the field with Justin Field, who he just said was in his closet crying, trying to figure out what he's going to do with his life. And I'm not being funny about that because that was a real statement. And I felt that I know we're going to talk about that after this topic. But you let the nigga march up the field and then get 2 back-to-back touchdowns. Not only that, convert 2-point conversions. Like, yo, it's really crazy that the Jets, because they was playing with niggas, to get a 2, they didn't have to go for the 2-point conversion that first touchdown. Then they wind the clock down, get up the field, and score. Not only score, they stopped them, Cincinnati offense to get the ball back and run the clock out and go into a victory formation. Y'all let the Jets stun on y'all like that, Cincinnati? I took a mic early off the camera. I'm not putting my heart in this no more. I'm not putting my heart in this. I'm not doing it. Not putting my heart in this. No more. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. Yeah. When you get 38 points with Joe Flacco and you sit there and let the winless Jets march up the field for back-to-back possessions, I'm not doing it with you. I'm just not. You let the Jets score 23 points in the fourth quarter. They haven't won the game. Take pride in that. You know, when We played bum-ass teams, and like I said, I never played on professional level, and I'm just talking that Mike can speak better to this than I can. Or Murder can. You know, I'm just talking about me and Murder's high school career. It seemed like me and Murder's high school career was like a pro career as much as we talk about it. But we played a lot of basketball. But you take pride when you're a team, when a winless team comes in and be like, we ain't going to get our first win on us. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen on us. And I don't understand the mentality of the Bengals defense. We cannot be the reason that these niggas get their first victory. I'm out on the defense. I'm asking Maurice Scoret, what can we do if we could work a deal out with Roger Goodell and get the Ohio State Buckeye defense after their games on Saturdays to play on Sundays, on Mondays, and Thursdays to at least stop a fucking nosebleed, man. Minimum a nosebleed.
Wow. Stat, can I say that this Cincinnati team, you can't let people score 23 points in the fourth quarter. This is the same identical thing that happened with the Steelers. And one key part that Killer is leaving out, he's trying to give Arabia credit, but it's the first quarterback to 225. Cam, you got to stick with the Titletown format.
Mace, you gotta go.
225.
You gotta go. When I go, you go look at the stats, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna go say this after Cam's. That's what you do. And it's smart. I like it. I like it, but you actually get to go before me. That's how I know you, what you know and don't know. It's good. You can bring it up.
Cam, I actually don't. I know that pause. You're long-winded, so I try to speak a little bit here, let you say everything you're saying, and then come back,
But you just said what I said. I said that they had 23 points in the fourth quarter. Then you said, well, what Cam was leaving up is that they had 23 points in the fourth quarter. When I actually just said that during my long winded.
No, I said championship points. I mean, not the championship point. The first quarterback at 220.
Would you say
Again, I'm not arguing with you. It's a big show, but I'm not arguing with you. Listen.
It's on tape, Ice. Ice, it's on tape. It's on tape. The first thing you started with was, you gotta realize it's like Snap. 23 points in the fourth quarter, and then you said, well, Cam is leaving up with the championship number, the 225. I actually said,
I made a mistake in saying championship number. I meant to say the first quarterback to 225, because that was left out. But it's neither here nor there. I'm only talking to winners these days anyway. So if we're not talking about winners, it really doesn't matter that I keep talking about the Bengals.
Well, I don't know why we spoke to you for the first 3.5 weeks before we sit in there. That's why I even speak to you either. So maybe we all shouldn't be talking to each other. Maybe nobody should be talking to anybody.
And Cam, listen, man, I want to, I really do, I want to get in here and cry with you, Cam, about how bad that defense is in Cincinnati. But I can't say one damn word. The only defense I see worse than the one in Cincinnati is that shit that got the Cowboys helmet on. That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait a minute, this is really bad, too. I tweeted, I really don't even believe that this is a professional football team's defense. It's insane. It's insane. There's no way. So when you started talking about Ohio State playing for Cincinnati, I was sitting over here thinking about, well, what school can we get?
Texas, Mike. Texas.
It's bad, man. It's bad. One thing, it's bad when you don't have the players. And if you don't have the players, at least get me a coach that's going to come up with something and devise a scheme to keep these sorry jokers in the game. And you got the sorry players. And then, man, Eberflus, the coach ain't doing nothing. I mean, I've never seen this many people wide open. I've never seen. It's almost impossible to see anybody this wide open as I've seen. And you get into Cincinnati right now. The Cincinnati, just ran the ball well too. They ran the ball, and even that last play, that touchdown, that little quarter halfback pass, something everybody. That was a phenomenal play, a phenomenal grab. But yeah, when I see some of these defenses down, man, I'm like, oh my god, I can't even believe this is the NFL defense. And I just can't believe what I've seen, in some of these defenses.
I will say it's just so crazy because if you guys can compare all of our reactions from the beginning of the season to now, it's just a crazy shift. And none of us can say anything because a lot of us are in the same boat. I'm even mad, and we're still first in the division because I'm knowing that we could do better. It's a hole that keeps
You know
getting
what?
wet.
And you know what's not bringing that up? And I'm going to say this on the show. And I don't know how healthy he is or anything else. It's 10 weeks, 10 regular season games left. I'm on the fucking record. And if Lamar Jackson comes back next week and stays healthy, I'm on the record saying Baltimore still can win the division. That's how terrible the fucking division is. They got 10 weeks. If Lamar Jackson, I seen him practicing last week, or not necessarily practicing full speed, if he gets back next week and they play 10 games, I'm on the record saying that Baltimore can still win the division. That's a fucking